Welcome back to Under the Ackee Tree, where we learn, and talk all things food and culture. Today, we're heading south, Siparia to be exact, to reason with a man who started a weekend barbecue hustle and turned it into a full-time culinary brand. Chef Karlyson Fredrick, the force behind Karlyson's Cuisine, has gone from grill smoke to breakfast crowds and even catering to events on every scale. Self-taught, self-driven, and always ready to share what he knows. This episode is about passion, discipline, and planning with purpose. So, Chef Karlyson Fredrick, what's up, man?
I'm good.
Now, I know you don't really refer to yourself as a chef of sorts, right? Being self-taught and coming up the ranks in the business world. But I would dub you as a chef. To me, a chef is anybody who does cuisine on a professional level, getting paid for it, and you have established yourself over the years.
That's fair enough.
In my book, Chef Karlyson.
Thank you.
So I want you to take us back to the early beginnings. What would have inspired you to not only to cook or have the passion for cooking, but to formulate it into a business?
I would have to go way back to when I was a little boy. Even though I'm operating out of Siparia now,
Right.
I'm originally from Moruga.
Yes.
And I grew up with some old women who we consider sweet hand. So my grandmother, my mother, the church I attended to, there were several ladies. I think all of them passed on right now except for my mother.
Okay.
I was one who was always fast and in between when they're cooking.
Yeah.
So I would have learned a lot of old flavors. So now when I'm cooking, I call on those flavors. Things I would have tasted 30 years ago, 35 years ago. I would say I got into cooking as early as 10, basically out of greediness. Out of greediness, sometimes mom, she would leave and go out on a Saturday, and we have to wait until she come back to get a lunch.
Okay.
And I started stealing the chicken from the freezer, the rice, making mistakes, a lot of mistakes in those days. But by the time I was 15, she had allowed me to do all of her cooking for the house. So on a Sunday, I'm doing the entire menu. I'm not just rice and pea, I'm talking the full
works.
Full work. I left Moruga many years after, and a few friends, we decided while I was living at Siparia to go into barbecue.
Right.
This is like 23 years ago I'm talking about.
Wow.
And it was successful. In those days, barbecue was the craze.
Okay.
And the partnership didn't last long, so I ended up going on my own, doing barbecue. But I found that just barbecue alone wasn't challenging. It became boring for me.
Okay.
And I decided to switch into full food. All right, we'd have done breakfast, lunch, dinners. Over the years, I just settled down now into lunch, and I do a lot of catering.
Right.
I try to stay within our local cuisine, mainly because I found that it's almost like a dying art. How many places you could go and get a nice, good callaloo?
Not many.
I've eaten at places that messed up stewed chicken. So my business name is Karlyson's Cuisine, honoring the flavors of the past.
All right. Okay.
All right? Because my intention is that when you eat, you must remember the food that you had from your grandmother or your mother growing up. And I must say, a lot of customers, especially the senior ones, will come and when they taste a good cuckoo, like callaloo, stew fish, pigeon peas, all these things. When they taste it, they'll say, boy, this thing tasting like my mother, my grandmother.
Oh, all right.
So I guess I might be doing something right.
All right. So it's interesting that the formative years would have shaped and molded you into the chef that you are today. Drawing from those traditional flavor palettes that it is a dying art, it is a lost art, I believe, locally, as we have leaned more on international cuisine.
Yes.
Right? And barbecue wasn't really our thing per se.
No.
So that's something that we would have adopted. And those crazes would last for a while, but you find that the purists and the traditionalists would always draw to those flavors.
Yes.
Especially like that traditional Sunday lunch. That is something that is missing
Yeah.
in our culture these days, right? So you find that anytime someone has a sweet hand, right? Or that local cuisine with an international flavor, making sure that the flavor profiles are there, but it's done on an international scale. And I think you have honed that skill over the years, right? And I could see where that would have stemmed from learning from some of the greats.
It works.
It's true.
I do not have a written recipe for anything, even fruitcake. And those who have had my fruitcake, pastas, all these things, they will tell you it's perfect because the recipes I would have observed as a little boy growing up. And the flavor, I'm good at remembering flavors. So every single time I'm doing a dish, it doesn't matter if I've done it 1,000 times. I'm trying to bring back those flavors that I tasted 30 years ago.
Understood. All right. So tell me what keeps you. Now, this is a volatile industry. This is an industry that we cater for various palates, various personalities, and you find that not everyone has appreciation for what we do.
That's true.
So it's sometimes difficult to keep motivated or to keep grinding and pushing, but I want to get into the mindset of what keeps you going on a daily basis, weekly basis, yearly basis.
I could say first the money, but it's more than the money. One of my greatest pleasures when I've done maybe a wedding or a birthday party, even a funeral.
Okay.
I do all those. The feedback where they'll be talking on and on and on about how this food hit this spot. It tastes so good. It brings back so many memories. I have a customer, he say, Fredrick, you need a place in the airport, you know. Because this kind of food,
you welcome them home.
Yes, I say welcome people home. That is my passion, that's my drive. And at the end of the day, when customers eat and they are satisfied and they give feedback, I live for that. It's not just, the money is good, but it's not just about that. It's about leaving a legacy. You know, it feels good when I'm out on the streets and people, you know who that is? A man has the best food around. Those are the things that I live for. I might not die rich, but at least I leave some good taste memory for the people who would have eaten my food.
All right, so I want to get a little bit into your marketing style. Now, you don't have a strong social media presence.
No.
In terms of advertising, using the platforms and stuff like that, right? But you have a strong customer base, right? Turn clients that would refer you via word of mouth, right? Like best food in Trinidad, right? How do you promote your brand, or how do you get the word out there that, hey, I have these excellent local flavors and cuisine out for you to sample the customer?
I think I'm proof that word of mouth, in spite of all of the social media that is going on there, word of mouth still remains one of the greatest forms of advertising.
This is true.
Because you could have the best social media present. If the clients come and they don't enjoy it, it's going to backfire.
Yes.
It is going to backfire. So I haven't printed a business card in over a decade.
Okay.
Yet my number, a lot of people have my number. Because for every job I do it with the intent that it is so good that the people eating must remember so that when they having something, they would call. Now,
Okay.
usually I will get from, if I do a wedding or something, whoever hired me, within a month after that, you'll be getting calls. Someone was in the event.
So that referral.
Referrals. I get a lot of referrals. So basically, that's how I function over the years. I am thinking about, the going into this whole social media thing, but I'm old school.
So what are some of your favorite dishes to prepare? I know they might food is like children, right? So when somebody asks you what is the best thing to cook or what is your favorite thing to cook, is always kind of stumping. I do have something that typecast me, but it has certain things that when you're preparing, it just comes second nature to you. Something that you feel like, I ain't do my best product yet, but always improving on it. What is some of them dishes that is just make you feel like that?
For me, a kalaloo.
All right.
I mean, it's a Trini. Everybody in Trinidad is supposed to have tasted kalaloo by now. I take particular attention to when I'm doing that. I have people ordering it by the, bowls. Things like stew fish, the traditional ones. When I'm in the mood and I decide to do tom, the pong plantain,
All right.
in a real mortar.
Okay.
All right. Moruga Hill rice. We're hearing about it a lot on social media. It's trending. I grew up on the Moruga Hill rice. Because those are things that has history.
Right.
And we're losing that. Where it came from. If you look at the history of the Moruga Hill rice, how it came to Trinidad with the American. Those in the United States thought that it was lost until they found it in Trinidad. And that's why it's a big thing now. I grew up using it to make porridge. We use it to steam rice. And a good menu would be the steamed Moruga Hill rice with coconut milk, pong plantain, kalaloo, stewed green pigeon peas, not the dry one.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And there's a chutney we would make with sesame seed, what we traditionally call bene.
Right.
Where we would pong it with garlic, bird pepper, not regular pepper, salt, and bandania. Oh, you need to taste it. That combination with either stew pork or a piece of wild meat and some mobi.
An original mobi, not the concentrate at all.
No.
All right. So what are some of the ingredients you think that is downplayed? Some local ingredients that is downplayed that you can't really live without, but you don't really get those flavors when you would patronize other restaurants or other establishments.
This will be revealing my secrets now.
Well, I believe it have no secrets in cooking. I know everybody's philosophy is different, but
there is a thyme I grew up with. Not the pudina, not the big leaf.
Not the big leaf,
the
right.
fine one. 3 grows big.
That's the one with the white flour on the end?
White flour.
So it's like a medium kind of thing.
Yeah, some people call it oregano. It's not oregano, but
well, it's the family of it.
Family,
when you look at it, all those are type of oregano.
That one in particular, not the fresh form, the dried form, it has been the star of my soups and stews. And when I'm doing the filling for pastels, it is a very unique flavor when it's dried. It's something that people they're tasting, but they can't put their finger on, and it's tasting good.
All right. So personally, for me, the finer time is what I would draw to.
That is the secret in one of my other recipes.
It's not a secret for me, but my beef burgers.
That's perfect for it.
I always put that fine time in the beef burgers, and I find that tiny little leaf has so much flavor. I agree with you, but each variation of it has its place.
Yes, that's right.
And knowing where to put it and how to use it in your
important.
Is
that's
very
important.
All right, cool.
Yep.
You have always, now you mentioned secrets just now, but I know in our relationship over the years, you don't hide anything in terms of knowledge, and there are some people who believe that if it is a give it away, then I will lose it.
No,
I
don't believe in that.
One of the greatest pieces of advice I got from you, you said, plan as if you're doing it yourself. And any help that you get is a plus. And that took me to the mindset where if it is whatever I undertake, I must, yes, you need help. Yes, you have the team, but the mindset is such that I can get this done. So anybody that comes in or doesn't come in doesn't throw me off my axis. And that has kept me motivated for years. And I also share that philosophy with a lot of people. Just recently, I was having a talk with somebody and I was telling them that they were like, I is a one-man person, what I could do. And I say, hey, one of the greatest pieces of advice I get is to plan as if you're doing it for yourself. Anybody who comes in to help you is a plus.
Yeah, I still do that.
And I had to put a quote behind your name if I say it now because it's not mine, but it's something that I internalized over the years, right? So what are some of the mindsets? I can't find the word right now, but that or mantras that keeps you motivated, that keeps you always pushing, or what you would tell yourself or your staff that to encourage them, or anybody who wants to get into this field, encourage them into.
But one, in the keeping of standards, I always say I have two motivating forces in my life. Pride,
Okay.
which make me do things well, but love makes me do it to perfection. You see, sometimes you might come out a day and you're not feeling to cook. Any chef who have been in this as long as we have been in, tell me not every day you want to come out and do anything. Those are the days where my pride kicks in.
Okay.
Where I cannot allow a customer to taste my depression or my feeling down or whatever for that day. So pride kicks in to make sure that the standard is there.
Do you believe that cooking is an energy and that energy transcends into your cuisine?
Yes.
A lot of people don't believe that, but
you're in a bad mood. From the time I enter the kitchen, I can't pray it out. I put on music, but I have to be in a good mood to cook. I don't play with that because I don't want that energy going out. Food is life, and that's why I cook fresh food every single day.
Right.
Okay, it's life. The interesting thing is that I've gotten people who ate food and say, they felt good, not just being filled, but in their mood. I've gotten that on many occasions. I eat this food and I feel so good afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's the energy that you're putting out there.
I agree. Okay? Now, one other thing that I had always admire about you, I don't think we ever discussed it. I can't remember ever having that discussion with you. But
what's that?
When you plan your menus, you mentioned it to me at a time with going to the market. You always look for what is fresh, what is in season.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that we need to kind of give back to. Because we looking at imported stuff more than anything else. And some of the local gems that we have right under our nose, we kind of shun it now, right? But you always try to innovate the local, or stimulate, the local market by putting those items that in season, good quality stuff into your cuisine and transforming them into some culinary masterpieces. Right? So that is something I always admire about you when you plan in your menus.
And I still do. Yam is coming in season. Right. You're gonna see a lot of yam dishes coming out on my menu. Was in season shortly, I would have done all kind of things with breadfruit. Always in season, and I try to utilize those as much as possible. Yeah. And people feel that breadfruit could only be used for oil long. One of the best shepherd's pie you could taste is from a breadfruit.
All right.
And you'll be shocked to know you could do a lasagna, strip the breadfruit, and just replace the lasagna the pasta with breadfruit.
I even saw somebody doing breadfruit tacos where they slice the breadfruit fried.
And it's very healthy, very tasty. Yam, I would do so many different things with yam and cassava. I did a breadfruit salad recently for a function, and it was the rave. Okay,
Nice.
green banana, chiquito fig, all those things. You'd be shocked to know the kind of dishes you could produce.
All right. So, if there's any advice you would have to a young chef or somebody looking at this culinary world and want to get into it, right? What is one of the pieces of advice you would give them?
You don't get into it unless you truly love it. If you get in for the money, you wouldn't make anything. If you get in for the love, the money comes. Be passionate about what you're doing, all right? Don't be substandard. When I was doing my diploma years ago, the person who was my main instructor, every time I do a dish, she would, I thought that she was picking on me, but she saw my potential. She said, I know it tasted good, eh? He said, but I think you could do better. And the first few times she did it, I was like, pissed off. And then I saw what she was doing. And she told me, she said, Karlyson, when you're producing a dish, you need to bring flavors that are above the average.
Okay.
So even if you fall and you hit your normal, it's still better than what you're getting now. And I have lived with that. Her name is Miss Ingrid Celestin, another sweet hand. That was one of the best advice she had given me where food is concerned. And I've used that up until now as my standard when cooking. And it has to go above my average and above the average of everyone around.
Right. So you're always pushing that envelope.
Always.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Right. So you heard, folks, some great advice from the man himself, Karlyson Fredrick. Now, there are a lot of establishments, right? But then, at some point in time, you would have said, let me launch out on my own, right? What was one of the pivotal moments you would have had going from working for another company or companies and launching and standing your ground to do your own brand, your own style?
But the thing is, I would have started working for myself based on various challenges in life. I worked for a company and I enjoyed my time there. It was an excellent experience because I would have seen how the industry operates on that level. And I mean, I thought I would have stayed there. But then the opportunity came where two things happened. The demand, I couldn't work in Siparia and peace everyone. When they come back, good food. I remember one client, he said, Karlyson, clients is money, and you have them, right? And then the opportunity of financing and so on came just around that time. And it caused me to make a decision. I haven't regretted it. Challenging, yes. COVID has been challenging for a lot of us. And now, things getting better. The demand is growing. I hope it doesn't, the whole environment doesn't change. But
I don't think anybody would want to go back to that kind of unstable time, right? Where a lot of people in the industry, I think, still reeling from that. But it also would have forged and pushed a lot of people to realize this is something I could do for myself. And not rely on somebody else because I am the talent.
That's right.
And I saw that push where a lot of chefs got the notion or the gumption to actually stand out on their own. And you found that there was a surge of businesses like food trucks, little carts and
a lot
whatnot.
of that came up all over. Burger carts, gyro, a lot of things.
And the whole cuisine world changed.
It has.
And it evolved to the point where you can't really come out unless you're doing something that capturing the taste and the palate of your customers, because they're exposed to so many different standards now that I don't have to go to a restaurant and get this quality.
A lot of food hubs popped up all over. Some unlikely places too. And they all doing well.
I want to make that drive to the Grandi Food Hub. I want to make that trip because I've seen some amazing things up there. And I am always, I'm not ashamed to say it, jealous when somebody comes up with some kind of innovative, something that you thinking, well, I didn't even think of that. You understand? It is amazing to see what people doing now, what this culinary world evolving into.
It's exciting times.
All right. So, Chef Karlyson Fredrick, a man who proves that consistency, confidence, and community could take you from a roadside grill to running one of the most respected kitchens in South. If you haven't tasted Karlyson's cuisine, you're missing out on more than a meal. You're missing a movement. This has been Under the Ackee Tree, where passion always stays hot. Until next time, stay grilling, stay hungry, and keep the fire lit.